Hello and welcome to episode 60 of the Anger Secrets podcast. I'm your host, Alastair Duhs, and over the last 30 years, I have taught over 15,000 men and women how to control their anger, master their emotions, and create calmer, happier relationships. To start with, I want to thank you for tuning in to this special episode of the Anger Secrets podcast. This episode is being released on Christmas Eve 2023, and I know that while the Christmas period is a joyous time for many, it can also be a challenging time for many others. In fact, after working with people for over 30 years, I know that for some people, Christmas is a time of increased stress, anger, and frustration. These stresses often come from various sources, such as financial pressures, family conflicts, pressure to attend multiple family gatherings, relationship challenges, excessive alcohol use, and many more. For these reasons and others, it is no wonder that Christmas time is the peak season for arguments, family disputes, and relationship breakdowns. Of course, I don't want this to happen to you. I want you to be able to enjoy the festive season and all that it has to offer with your family, friends, and loved ones. After what has been a hard year for many, with issues such as the cost of living crisis, the lingering effects of the pandemic, and war in multiple countries around the world, the holiday season should be a time of peace, joy, and happiness, not anger, frustration, or stress. That's why, in this episode, I want to share 5 simple ways to manage anger over Christmas. These are strategies that I also share with my clients every year at about this time, and I hope they will be useful for you. So, with that being said, let's dive into the first simple tip to manage anger over Christmas. The first tip to manage anger over Christmas is to set realistic expectations for yourself and others during the holiday season. It is very easy to have high expectations of what the Christmas season should be like, such as expecting everything to be perfect, expecting friends or family members to get along, or expecting yourself to do everything perfectly. However, the simple truth is no one and nothing is perfect, and trying to make it so will leave you feeling disappointed, frustrated, and angry. Instead of having high or unrealistic expectations, try setting realistic expectations for yourself and others. This may mean accepting that your family gatherings may not be perfect, not everyone will get along, and that things will not always go according to plan. By setting these realistic expectations, you are less likely to experience disappointment and anger when things don't go the way you wanted. And if your family is anything like most families I work with, all your family really wants for you over this time is your love and attention. So let go of those unrealistic expectations and focus on what is. You'll feel much calmer and happier, and all those around you will have a much better time. My second tip for managing anger over Christmas is to maintain healthy habits. During the holiday season, it's easy to get caught up in all the festivities and neglect your usual self-care routines. For example, it's easy to drink too much, eat too much, not exercise enough, or neglect your sleep. These unhealthy habits can have a big impact on your emotions and increase the likelihood of experiencing anger or frustration during this time. To avoid this, it's important to prioritize your own well-being during the holiday season. This can mean scheduling time for exercise, making sure you get enough sleep, or making healthy food choices. It also means being very aware of your alcohol intake, and if you are in a stressful situation of any type, don't use alcohol to help cope with this stress. Instead, practice better ways to cope with stress, such as by exercising, talking about what is going on for you, or using relaxation techniques. My third tip for managing stress over the Christmas period is to use effective communication. With the added pressure and stress during the holiday time, it's easy for misunderstandings and miscommunications to occur. This can happen between family members, friends, or even with strangers while shopping or travelling. So, this festive season, make a conscious effort to communicate calmly and clearly about everything that is going on for you. For most people, this starts with their partner. Your partner is one of the most precious people in your life, and no matter how long you have been together, don't assume your partner knows what is going on for you, how you are feeling, or what you need. Instead of not communicating or expecting your partner to read your mind, this festive season make a deliberate effort to talk about what's going on for you and listen to your partner when they need to do the same. For most couples, just spending 20 minutes a day doing this during the holiday season can make a huge difference in how they feel and communicate. In addition, it has the added benefit of helping you and your partner to feel more connected as a couple. My fourth tip for managing anger over Christmas is to take time out when needed. I have described what a timeout is and how to take it in more detail in episode 31 of this podcast. In short, a timeout is a way to take control of your emotions and calm down before responding in an angry or frustrated manner. It involves taking a physical break from the situation that is triggering you, calming down, and then returning to the situation when you are in a calmer state of mind. There are good and bad ways to take a time out, which I describe in episode 31 in more detail. During the holiday season, emotions can often run high, and conflicts can escalate quickly. Therefore, it's essential to know when you need to take a step back and take a time out. This could involve taking a break from socializing, going for a walk, or finding a quiet place to relax and breathe. By taking a time out before your anger gets out of control, you can calm down and think more clearly and return to the situation in a calmer state of mind. This will prevent arguments and conflicts from escalating, ultimately leading to a better outcome for everyone involved. My fifth and final tip for managing anger over Christmas is to practice gratitude. Amongst the chaos of the festive season, it can be easy to lose sight of all the things you have to be grateful for. You may find yourself comparing your Christmas experience to others, for example, wishing that you had more money to spend on gifts or a bigger family to celebrate with, or just focusing on what you don't have instead of what you do have. As you will understand, this can easily lead to feelings of resentment, frustration, or anger. Instead of comparing yourself to others, make a conscious effort to reflect on all the things you have to be grateful for at this time of year. This could be as simple as appreciating spending quality time with your loved ones, being healthy, or having a warm home and food on the table. Practicing gratitude on a regular basis has been proven to have a positive impact on people's mental and emotional well-being. So this Christmas, take a moment every day to focus on the good things in your life and the things that you are grateful for. Chances are you'll feel much calmer and happier throughout the holiday season, and any issues of anger will be kept at bay. To summarize then, managing your anger during Christmas time is all about setting realistic expectations, maintaining healthy habits, using effective communication, taking time out when needed, and practicing gratitude. By implementing these 5 simple tips into your holiday routine, you can have a more peaceful and enjoyable Christmas season. Remember too that I am here to help. If you struggle with anger at any time during the holidays, please reach out to me via my website at angersecrets.com and access my free training on how to control your anger. Or if you prefer, simply book a free 30-minute anger assessment call with me to discuss your unique situation and anger management needs. As I have said in previous podcast episodes, I want to see you succeed in managing your anger and creating calmer, happier, and more loving relationships. So please do not hesitate to reach out for support if you need it. Okay, there you have it. 5 simple tips to manage anger over Christmas. Remember, practice makes progress, not perfection. So don't put too much pressure on yourself during the holiday season. Just focus on implementing these tips and techniques as best you can, and you'll be well on your way towards a calm and peaceful Christmas. If you found this episode helpful, please follow this podcast or head over to your favourite podcast app and leave a rating and review. This will help other people struggling with anger to find and benefit from this show. And as mentioned, for a free training on how to control your anger, master your emotions, and create calmer, happier, and more respectful relationships, or to book a free 30-minute anger assessment call with me, visit my website, angersecrets.com. And finally, remember, you can't control other people, but you can control yourself. I'll see you next week. Take care.
The Anger Secrets podcast is for general informational purposes only, and does not constitute the practice of counseling, psychotherapy, or any other professional health service. No therapeutic relationship is implied or created by this podcast. If you have mental health concerns of any type, please seek out the help of a local mental health professional.